I am. Good morning.
That took forever for my computer to get loaded up.
Mm.
Come on. Don't see Roger yet.
I'm Roger today, Jim.
Ah, there we go. All right. Thank you, Dan. All right. I believe we have a quorum. Yeah. If you want to go ahead and get started, Pamela.
Surely. We have two GML 239 referrals today. And the first one is a referral for a project under the Village of Granville's Board of Consideration for change in zoning classification. And this is on Slate Valley Drive, and it involves 3 parcels. And the proposed project is to change the zoning classification from village density residential to neighborhood business district. And the purpose of the GML review is that it's within 500 feet of County Route 24 right of way. So in looking at the full statements, I've added the village board meeting minutes with their discussion about the proposed changes to zoning. So in preparation, I hope you had a chance to take a peek at that. The proposed conversion of the 3 parcels from village density residential district to neighborhood business district was prompted at the request of a local builder who wanted to develop the properties into a child care center on one of the lots and use the adjoining lot for parking and or playground. And the 3rd lot is owned by a Masonic lodge with a structure used for chicken barbecues. And I know from looking at the meeting minutes, there was just a little discussion about chicken barbecues and the scent of barbecues. But the daycare center will connect to public water and sewer. And a scan of the EAF, just noting that there's, I just noticed that in Q5, there was no, it was checked off, not applicable under zoning regulations consistent with adopted comprehensive plan. But in making such a decision, it's super important to make sure that the decision is made in in coordination with the comprehensive plan, that it reflects the meaning and the intent of the plan and the intent of the community to make the change.
Pamela, does the village have a comprehensive plan? I thought that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
I scanned it. And the other thing is when looking at such a thing, you have to make sure that the village is taking a hard look at the seeker and that there's lots of public process and note taking. But for our purposes and concerns about intermunicipal impacts, I would propose that it is a matter of local concern because the child care center is in relationship to the road. It's a commercial corridor, so it's within reason to, in my opinion. There. But
I had a quick question about the seeker. I'm going through it. I noticed there were just some, it's a confusing process. Do you ever talk to communities about using the EAF mapper?
I haven't specifically, but I am working to visit boards, zoning and planning boards through the county. And in that, I'm going to share resources. And that was part of my plan to show our Washington County GIS and how you can create buffers, et cetera, and things that will help them with the process of.
Great. Yeah, because the EAF mapper will automatically answer some of those questions that you might not know. So it's a great resource. I'm just trying
Yeah,
to get people to
yeah,
use that first.
thought it was great too, yeah. So, any other discussion?
I motion by Pamela to make it a matter of local concern.
I would second that with a comment to, reinforce that need that the findings should comply with the village's comprehensive plan. And maybe in making the findings that the village board document their reasonings behind these changes to the zoning code and just how they conform with the comprehensive plan.
Thank
All
you.
right, a second with those additions. Any other comments? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carries. All right, thank you. On to the next one, Pam.
Okay, the second one is a referral for a project under the Town of Fort Anne Planning Board consideration for a site plan approval. And this is on State Route 149, Country Meadows Restaurant and the 80K facility. And the proposed project is to construct a 50 by 60 garage addition to the existing Country Meadows Restaurant and associated gravel driveway. And the purpose of the GMO review is it's within 500 feet of the right of way of State Highway 149. So the proposed project again is to construct a 50 to 60 foot garage addition near the ADK MX facility, track, a wedding barn. A project disturbance is for 0.3 acres. The proposed garage is 24 feet high, which is approximately 2 stories high. There is adequate parking and on-site wastewater system capacity. The project will create stormwater discharge on the site only. There are wetlands, but no alteration from proposed action. In fact, the wetlands are some distance north and south toward the edges of the property. Halfway Creek passes through the southern portion of the parcel. And this is proposed for the area adjacent to the existing clubhouse, just 370 feet from New York State Route 149 in the northern part of the property. And so I would propose that this is a project that is of essentially local concern. In that and Deb isn't here to weigh in on it, but the sight lines look really broad, really long in that area. And I don't even know that this project will impact traffic. And I couldn't think of anything else that would flag anything for us. So
Pam, just one quick question. I know boundary line of the Adirondack Park, I think, is right around that vicinity. Does that have any impact on our decision?
I will look at the map, but I thought that it was with outside, I think.
I know the borderline is right in that area. I remember going past the sign every day when I was a kid. So
like a notice to APA probably, just to tell them about the project. I mean, I'll look see what it's 500 feet of that. And if there is, then send them a notice.
This might not, not quite relevant, but I've noticed that it says on the site plan that this is going to be renovated for daycare use.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And but then I guess the description was a little bit not clear. It says the like to develop the properties into a child care center. So, oh, that was the other one. No, I did see the daycare use and I was like, okay, but then it's a garage. So I wasn't quite sure the meaning of that.
Yeah, so maybe they just are using these site plans for dual use, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would make a motion that this is a matter of local concern.
All right, motion by Allison. I'll second that. Any further dialogue? Any comments we want to add to that? The note to the APA? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed? Carries. All right. Was there any other business, Pamela?
Yes, there are a few APA notices
Okay, yep.
that were submitted for the written comment period. So there's the minor project public notice, application completed. This is in the town of Putnam, in an area that's resource management for a 2-lot subdivision of a 203.6 acre parcel to create 98 acre with existing development and a 105.6 acre with pre-existing single-family dwelling. There's a notice for application completed, town of Fort Anne, Pilot Knob Road, designation rural use. It's a 3-lot subdivision of 540 acres to create 131.81 acre lot improved by a single-family dwelling, 6.78 acre lot to be improved by a new single-family dwelling, and a 500 acre lot to be improved by 2 new single-family dwellings. That's of course really close to the lake there. Number 3, public notice for permit issue and conditionally approved. I believe we saw this with, yes, the 2 acre lot with an existing single family dwelling and a 58.5 acre lot improved by the existing commercial use excavation contracting business and site development. And there's no change in the commercial use. There's a minor public notice, application received, town of Putnam on Hutton Square Road in an area that's resource management for construction of 2 single family dwellings and a greenhouse. And is there a 5th one? Wait a minute. I should have updated it. Oh, that's it for that. And then there is a, oh yes, there was 2 more. And permit issued with conditions. This goes back to 2019. Certification for the replacement of certain utility poles, replacing a 38.5 foot tall one, 43 foot tall one. It's in Putnam Center Road. So those are the APA permits that were sent this past month. And then there are a couple of ag and market notices that were sent to us to certify. Actually, it was a reaffirming for 8-year review for Ag District number 6 and another one for Ag District number 7. And they are for 2021, although on the letter it said 2022 and it said report and plan, but this is actually a reaffirmation. So I made notation on those and signed them and dated them. But those were just notices. And then the final order of business is just to say that I've sent out the planning agency forms we talked about last time to all the board addresses and posted them on the webpage. I was perusing for fun one day, looking at Warren County Planning annual report, and it came to my line of sight that there's a page called County Planning Agency, and I guess there's an obligation pursuant to GML 239M in accordance with 239D paragraph 6 to provide an annual report to the County Board of Supervisors. And I think this may have been done when we had the planning board, and it was one of those things again that became lost in the process, I guess. So I'd like to start doing this, and I just wanted to ask the agency what the timing they'd like to see on this. What time?
what does the report consist of, Pamela?
Oh, I didn't go that far, did I? I was going to show you, in fact. Show the screen. Share. Can you see that? The page that says county and it's green and everything. So it consists of the types and the number of types, and then percentage of, you could do percentage of types in relationship to each other. And then which communities have sent the referrals and how many. And
That's interesting.
I could make it pretty, or I could just do simply notes at a board meeting, but I just wanted to bring it up and take responsibility for it and find out like what timing, what time of the year is the best time to present something like this.
So Pamela, my
Yep.
suggestion would be that we do it as a summary and post it at the end of the year.
Summary at the end of the year.
Summary.
Thank you, Laura. Laura, when you mean end of the year, do you mean review, showing it in January or in December?
Correct, because it'd be a review of the calendar year, January to December, and then probably present, or January to December, and then present the following January.
Cool. Okay. I think it looks great, Pamela. I love the visualization of that, and it just points out how quickly what was reviewed and what the number was. So it gets a lot of good statistics right there.
Mhm. Yeah. Good. Okay, thank you.
Okay, no
And
problem.
then the other thing, probably most of you.
And
may-
you should probably do sneak preview to the relevant committee.
Oh, yes, yes, indeed, for sure, yes. Managing review. Thank you, Dan. And then the last piece is just, actually, since Laura's here, can you just kind of, I think probably everybody's heard, but there's these upcoming changes to public meeting rules, and it has to do with quorum and such, and I just thought it'd be good to kind of quickly go over it.
And if Roger's in the middle of drafting a policy, I'm not sure it's probably a good idea to have any discussion until he at least has the draft circulated.
Okay, very good, thank you, Dan. So that's it.
All right. Any other questions or comments for Pamela from anybody? All right. With no comments, we are adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great
Thank you.
one.
Thank you. Bye.